Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Senior Vice President, Research and Development, Nissan Motor Company Limited, Takao Asami.
As Martin just demonstrated, SAM will help communities integrate autonomous driving safely and seamlessly. But while SAM may be the next leap forward for bringing autonomous cars to our streets, it will not be our first step in this journey. Nissan's strategy is to make driverless vehicles a reality. Is based on 4 stages. Stage 1 is autonomous drive for single lane on highways. We did this last August by introducing ProPilot technology on the Nissan Serena family minivan in Japan. ProPilot is an optional system for single lane use on highways. When activated, it keeps the car centered by reading lane markers, measuring the distance between your car and the vehicle in the front, and controlling the steering. 60% of customers who have purchased this model have already chosen this option in Japan. We'll be bringing this technology to other models and to other regions. Stage 2 is autonomous drive on multi-lane highways. This will have the ability to change lanes autonomously, and it will be available by 2018. Stage 3 is autonomous city driving, which we expect to be available by 2020. The 4th and final stage is fully autonomous vehicles. To prepare for that, we will increase our testing this year. As Mr. Gon said, Nissan is leading a Renault-Nissan alliance engagement with the Japanese internet company DNA to begin tests targeting driverless vehicles in Japan this year. At first, our tests will focus on perfecting driverless vehicle technology in special zones in Japan. But by 2020, our tests will expand to also include commercial use of this technology for mobility services in the Tokyo metropolitan area. But fully integrating autonomous vehicles into society will only get us part of the way towards zero emissions and zero fatality mobility future. The other half of this equation is in how we power those vehicles and make electric cars the mainstream. Some called 2016 the tipping point year for EVs. It is the year that many of our industry peers stood up to make their own commitments to EV technology and an electric future. It's about time. Nissan is proud to be a pioneer in electric vehicles. In 2010, we launched the Nissan Leaf. It is the best-selling electric vehicle in the world. Back then, our competition said it would never work. Today, almost all of them have planned to try and catch up to us. They have a long way to go. The Leaf is the best-selling EV in the world. Since 2010, 250,000 have been sold, and they have driven 3 billion kilometers without a major issue with their batteries. That is far enough to make over 6 trip journeys to Mars. This is important to note because while range grabs the headline, quality also matters. And we have proven that Nissan is still ahead of the pack. The Nissan Leaf was just the first step. During the past 6 years, we have taken many others on our journey towards zero-emission future. But even if the EV is now going mainstream, it is not yet the right technology for every customer's needs. So we are providing diversity in our product lineup for low and zero emissions mobility. In 2014, we launched the first commercial EV, the Nissan ENV200. And just this past fall, we began sales of a new innovation, the Note e-Power in Japan. The e-Power technology adds a 1.2-liter gasoline engine to charge the battery. so it eliminates the need for an external charger while offering the same high output. So far, demand has outpaced expectations, with more than 40,000 orders placed within the first 9 weeks. During the month of November, it was the best-selling car in Japan. In Brazil, we began tests of an e-biofuel cell technology on the road. It runs on bioethanol electric power produced by a solid oxide fuel cell, or SOFC system. It uses bioethanol fuels, including those sourced from sugarcane in Brazil. Without the need to create new infrastructure, it has great potential to drive market growth. These technologies are already on the road today. Recently, we also unveiled the Nissan Blade Glider prototype, a high-performance, zero-emission vehicle. It proves that you don't have to sacrifice the fun and excitement to have zero emissions. While this is a concept vehicle that is not on our road, it is in our booth here at CES, and we invite you to experience it. Our next step, as Mr. Gon said, in the near future, we will introduce a new Nissan Leaf equipped with the ProPilot technologies that have already taken Japan by storm in the arena. This new Leaf with autonomous drive functionality embodies the zero-zero world that we envision, and it is the latest advancement in Nissan Intelligent Power. We are also making significant advancements to make sure that EVs also provide alternative energy sources for communities. For example, right now in Japan, 4,000 households use their EVs to manage their home energy, and hundreds of EVs power buildings in Japan and Europe. In Maui, 600 Leafs help to manage the island's energy. The result? EV owners are benefiting from low home energy costs due to surplus wind energy at night and solar energy in the daytime. At the same time, entire communities are benefiting from having alternative sources of energy. This will help reduce emissions even further. But while powering and integrating our cars is critical, we cannot forget about what still matters most to so many people: the drive. Here is what that could look like by 2020.